So just as you're arriving and starting to get settled, you can just start to check in with your physical body and your posture and just the alignment of your spine. I'm going to get comfy here. And check in with the relationship between your shoulders and your hips. And feeling the space between your pelvic floor and the back of your throat. So that you're clearing that channel of energy up and down the center line of your body. And if you're in a space where you feel safe to do so, at any point you can allow the eyes to gently close. And you can mark your arrival today to this practice, to your body, with a full intentional cleansing breath. A long and slow inhale in through the nose. Pausing when you are full, just experiencing what that feels like. And then slowly exhaling, letting it all go. And pausing when you are empty and experiencing what that feels like. Allowing the next breaths to come as they need to. Maybe breathing just like that, in that exaggerated way, a few more times if that feels good. And at any point, just releasing the guidance over your breath altogether. And just letting the body breathe by itself as it naturally will do. And just allowing yourself to fully take a step back and to truly relax and to take the back seat in your own mind and in your own body. And come to that point of observance and where you are the witness of your body, just witnessing what your body is doing when you are simply sitting or laying and breathing. And noticing how this feels for you right away. This might be something that feels quite weird or strange. Or maybe there's a lot of chatter going on in the mind as you do this. Maybe it's kind of hard or difficult to just observe. And just know that this changes on any given day. No matter how often you practice meditation, some days are just really difficult to drop into that space. So just being kind to yourself wherever you are in the process today. And know that each time you show up for this practice, you will find something different. You will have a different experience. So honoring each experience as it comes and not holding yourself to any expectations of what the practice was like for you yesterday or last week. But just showing up as you are right now. Knowing that this is where the teaching process starts. When we talk about your body or yourself being your own best teacher. This is where it all starts. Just by observing the way that your body reacts to stillness, the way that you react to silence, or react to discomfort in general. And sometimes we react by not allowing ourselves to sit in this stillness, by continually fidgeting on our fingers or readjusting our seat or opening and closing the eyes, or we just doing whatever we can do to not be fully still. And maybe we're fully still for about 5 seconds and then something shifts within us and we feel the need to move again. And that is teaching you something too. So don't think that you have to be completely still and completely present in order to learn from yourself. As we can learn the most from ourselves by how we react to discomfort. So checking in with your face, checking in with your neck and shoulders, and just noticing any areas that are maybe a little extra loud today. Maybe holding on to a bit more tension. Maybe the shoulders are kind of hunched up, or the brow is furrowed, or the jaw is tense. And then notice what happens when you soften these areas, when you allow yourself to melt into the posture that you're in rather than resist it. Maybe it feels uncomfortable for a bit. Maybe it feels a lot more comfortable. And noticing if any specific thoughts are popping up. Maybe there's some messages that are trying to come through to you. Maybe some facts about your reality that you've been pushing away or pushing down and trying to ignore or trying to fix without looking directly at them. And not being afraid to let those come up. Not hyper-focusing on them, but also not pushing them down further inside of you, but just letting them arise, accepting them for what they are, and just letting them exist. Maybe some messages on how you're living your life that maybe is begging for some change or some intervention by you. Maybe physically, where you're living or who you're surrounding yourself with. Maybe more mentally and how you're seeing a certain situation and maybe how that can shift in your benefit. Or maybe the mind is pretty quiet and you are just allowing yourself to sink in to the rhythm of your internal body. And we can all tune into that. We can all tune into the rhythm of the breath and the rhythm of the heartbeat. And really just allow yourself to soften into that natural, soft, and peaceful rhythm that your body is when it's resting fully. But just sometimes there's a lot of noise that we have to work with before we get there. So no matter where you are in the process, just letting yourself do what you have to do. Listen and sort through the thoughts that might be presenting themselves, or just focusing on the heart, focusing on the breath, and letting yourself be open to receiving any messages that want to come through to you. And starting to tune into your stomach and just noticing right away if there's any resistance or tension in the stomach, the upper belly and the lower belly, in the pelvic floor, this whole sensitive region, the lower trunk. And a lot of times when we feel resistance to things inside of us, it can manifest here. Just in the form of a tense belly, or flexing these muscles, or tensing up the pelvic floor and the glutes. And just by noticing if there's any tension and then actively softening these areas, just allowing them to melt into the surface that you are sitting on, the surface that is supporting you. A lot of times we can find that deeper level of rest and of observance. And maybe just letting your awareness come to whatever part is the most uncomfortable in you today. If you have a little sickness in your throat like I do, maybe just tuning into that a little extra. If you have any soreness in the shoulders or back or the jaw, wherever is the most uncomfortable physical part of your body, just bringing all of your attention to that area, gradually calling all of your awareness to this area, and challenging that need or that instinct to distract from what is uncomfortable. And instead just asking yourself, what is so scary about this? There's nothing to be afraid of. This is your body. Your body is not going to hurt you. And yes, there might be some sensations that might be painful or uncomfortable, but practicing just sitting with that, letting those things exist inside of you. And remembering that every single feeling is temporary. Every storm will pass. And just allowing yourself to be in the storm, to feel the rain on your skin, to hear the crashes of thunder inside of you. And just appreciating the pain, appreciating the discomfort as just another part of life. And not glorifying it, but just treating it the same as you would when you feel really good. Just appreciating each emotion, each sensation as what it is. And simply by being in this observant state where we're not making any judgments on how we are feeling, that is what opens you up to accepting any messages or any teachings from the sensations. We can't possibly receive any guidance or teachings or messages from our body if we are in that judgmental state or constantly wanting to change the way that we are feeling. If we're feeling, quote, bad, just the constant want to feel better and want to feel good stops us from learning anything about the bad feelings or from the bad feelings. So just by being in that state of the witnessing the sensations in the body, the conversations in the mind, that is what opens us up to learning from ourselves. And nobody can teach us the way that we teach ourselves. Nobody knows you as best as you know you. You are the only one who knows what your underlying motivations are. You are the only one who knows how you actually feel and physically respond to the environment around you. And you are the only one who can make changes that best support you. You are the only one who knows what you need to succeed. And sometimes we can get so stuck looking outside of us, watching all the review videos and just trying to learn from all the people around us. which can be helpful at times to spark messages from within us. Just hearing what someone else has to say and feeling that resonate with us and feeling that as truth for us as well. But nothing is going to be as true for you as what comes up from within you, just from tuning in, just from observing. And this can be greatly enhanced by a journaling practice. So I encourage you all to maybe just sit down for a few minutes after this practice today and just write down some of the things that came up for you. And not worrying about what you're writing, even if you just start by writing, I have no idea what to write, or this is dumb, I don't feel like writing right now. Even if it just starts there and maybe even ends there. Just starting to let yourself write for yourself. Sometimes you can be writing or talking or just speaking out loud to yourself and learn from what you are saying, learn from what you are writing. And this is the greatest way I found that we can be our own best teachers, is by documenting our inner world and our own experiences, inner and outer, our outer experiences and how our inner world reacts to them, and then reviewing those over time, noticing any patterns, noticing what you respond well to, what you don't respond well to, and gradually just shifting your life to be that of your dreams. As you remember that you have the power to create your own reality. So as long as you have the courage to do so, the courage to accept what needs to change, and then act on those changes. So just taking a moment to sit with yourself and just let this settle within your body and just feel anything that you're feeling. And if it feels like something you'd like to do, at any point you can let the palms find each other at heart center. And just feel that connection of your palms to each other. Feel that pulse within you. Reminding yourself of your innate power that you have and that you will always have. And as you take a deep breath in, allowing yourself to fill up with this new and fresh, transformative energy. And as you exhale, just allow the head to gently bow. And as you bow to the source of energy that you have come from, as you bow to constant source of guidance and inspiration around you. And bow to everyone who's completed this practice alongside you. And most importantly, bow to yourself for choosing to show up today, for choosing to listen. And may this practice continue to heal you and bring some love into everything that you do and to everyone that you see. Namaste.